Here's Walker to start the drive. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. Well, this defense for the Giants, they were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
From the 27, Locke. He completes this to Walker. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And now we've got a third down and 3.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. To throw it is Locke. Throws the out route. It's Beasley with a catch. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3. The Seahawks at 3 and 4 on the year coming into play. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Throwing now is Locke. He'll go right back to Beasley. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
So the drive takes them into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 47. Walker now on 1st and 10. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Charles, when you talk about free safeties, I think one word comes to mind, range. And we saw an example of a rangy free safety right there.
And sometimes all of your best laid plans of play design, your X's and O's, they can't always account for individual effort defensively. And this was one of those times. Just a terrific play to hustle over there and get the running back to the ground.
Walker hitting, the ball is out. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. We know turnover margin always key, going to be really key in this one. And to force an opening drive turnover, that's huge.
It is, and you know something? There's one coach on every team that weighs in at the worst possible time, right? And this is bad. He just fumbled the football. Can't you just hear him right now? Son, you messed it up for everyone on that one. Messed up our offense, and now you put our defense in a bad spot.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
And that's called winning at the point of attack, isn't it? Right there at the line of scrimmage. I know he's a little bummed out now. He doesn't get credit for a tackle for a loss, but no gain, his guys will take that.
And speaking of winning, to be as cheesy as we can, he was the winner of the NFC Defensive Player of the Week award from last week, so he's really stringing together some good football.
So not only did he get a gold star, he might have gotten a gold watch too, huh?
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing, Jones. As this complete to Daniel Bellinger. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play. Well, on 3rd down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there, to pick up the first, Charles.
And you use the proper word there, dependable. And sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field where there's traffic. He delivers, and they pick up nice yardage.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Now a toss right to Barkley. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Now Jones. Looking for his receiver, sharp, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test them early. But it proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They look to throw. It's Locke. Flush to his right. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Kayvon Thibodeau able to record his 5th sack of the season.
The competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week, and we just saw their first one of this game.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Locke. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jones, and he's wrapped up. Taken down, back at the 25. Boye Mafe in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career. No score after 1 on EA Sports. After that sack, 3rd and long, tough spot for Jones and the Giants. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick 6? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position. This is caught. Touchdown. Deep Metcalf. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Well, we have the scoreless first quarter of play. We sure didn't have to wait long into the second quarter to get some action on the scoreboard.
So was the first quarter a feeling out process? I mean, that was an interesting quarter, wasn't it? Because we had some action, we had some good play. Just didn't have any points. So now it's game on.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. We'll see a return here from the end zone. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Up to midfield. Richie James. And he finally runs out of gas, but not before he's inside the 10-yard line.
Similar to golf, you never want to count a score before it actually happens, but you have to figure they thought they were going to get 6 on that play. Great effort to keep them out of the end zone, but a big-time return.
They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. And it's incomplete, broken up. But there is a flag down. Let's see what that's about. So erase the flag. They decline it.
And did they use the big eraser, or was that the one at the end of the number 2 pencil?
Well, I was thinking the 2x2-inch ones that you can buy and use in addition to the pencil.
And those last forever.
A long time.
No doubt.
The offense on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and goal. Operating from the gun, Jones. And this is going to be incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
Gano's kick is good. So the big return had him fired up, but in the end, the offense stalls out. They only muster 3.
Yeah, the excitement was there after the return, but they didn't move the ball at all after that. They didn't even get a 1st down.
After knocking through the field goal, here's Gano back out there now for the kickoff. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. As the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime. If you're a good football team, you spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments to prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Locke. He rifles one that's intercepted. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown. Well, the defense, they were all over that. As soon as that ball was in the air, it was dangerous. Not only was it intercepted, CD, but they return it for the touchdown.
Yeah, and he read that the entire way. He was reacting before other players had a chance to react themselves. Had the determination to say, this just won't be a pick. It's going to be 6 points as he takes it the other way to the end zone.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Locke trying again after the pick 6. And this one too low. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Locke gonna throw. Rolling to his right. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that's gonna be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Partner, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
Here's Locke. On the sideline, did he keep his feet in bounds? They say yes. Great job, both feet in, 1st down. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
On play action, Locke. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And, oh, it's incomplete. Oh, that would have been 6 points, but somehow he couldn't rein it in.
Well, it hasn't been a banner first half for the defense trying to cover him today, but they'll take that one right there, helping force that incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Again, it's Locke. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Kayvon Thibodeau. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return, and it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Now, they entered play on a 2-game win streak, and then they've got the open date on their schedule next week, so this is a group that's really looking to hit the break on a high note.
And this will obviously be a tough game for them, but go ahead and play this out with me, partner. If they win here and make it 3 in a row, they get to heal up after that. You've got to think that's an ideal setup and a worthy goal to play for in this one.
And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. The catch and run, good for 18 and a 1st down.
Hold on a second. Was that the fullback? That was the fullback. Who says it? The slot receivers are the only guys who can catch the football and get big yardage after the catch. Really nice job there, showing good hands and an ability to get upfield.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They'll go to Barkley again. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. He'll get 15 and a Giants first down. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7 our score. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Off play action. Jones. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Jamal Adams. And the Seahawks are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. Keep in mind, he had the 3-interception game last week, so we requested to talk with him this week. He was all smiles. He's still all smile.
Yeah, we didn't jinx him at all, did we?
No.
Because ordinarily that happens. Things fall off, but not in this case. I think a lot of it goes back to his technique. His ability to see the quarterback throw the ball while understanding where the receiver is running his route allows him to make a lot of plays on the football, and he's taking it away at a really high rate.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. Running right, here's Walker. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Locke going to try and throw on 3rd down. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. A first down and then some. 36 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
On first down, Locke. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Seahawks will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Myers connects on the PAT. And the lead is now 14-10. Kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together and maybe get into field goal range. They begin with a run by Barkley. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. Well, this is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ballgame.
I think if you're looking at the stats right now, you're saying, all right, who's the leading receiver? Well, can you flip it around and say that maybe he is and could be for the game the way that things are going right now? I think if it's him, he wants to be on the field at all times.
From the 38, Locke. Flushed out right. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Locke working out of the gun. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown. Charles, I'm looking at you, and understandably your mouth is wide open in disbelief. What were they thinking?
That's going to be one of the great mysteries, but I do know this. When they went out on offense, I will guarantee they told them, don't just make anticipatory throws. Make sure you see it before you throw it. Didn't happen here.
Trying to protect that lead, and now they gave it up. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. Second half ready to get rolling. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this 3rd quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. Steps away to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And the Seahawks will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. That is a tough way to start the 3rd quarter. You get the football, hoping to drive it down, put it in the end zone, and take the lead. Instead, they give them the football.
And I think the key here is for them to not get discouraged. That is not how they drew it up, not how they saw it in their minds. But there's a long way to go in this game. You know, they've just got to find a way to come back one play at a time. Yes, it's a cliche, but they can get it done.
And a really good show of force there as he gets through for 4 tough yards.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
from just shy of midfield. Locke eluding the pressure right. He'll fire one downfield for Fant. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Locke now to throw. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass trick in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Call it a gain of 14 for the second play in a row. Locke now on first down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Julian Love picks it. And the Giants are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They take over here following the interception. That's the good news. The tough spot is the spot that they're in. That's inside the 5 in the shadow of their own goalpost here. 1st and 10. They'll try to get forward, but he's going to be stopped in his tracks at about the 3. The tackle there by Quandre Diggs. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Throwing on second down. Jones. His throw incomplete.
Well, I certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th. Here's Jamie Gillen down, and no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out of there. Returnable for Lockett. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And the Giants are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. I'm starting to wonder, Charles, if 5 interceptions, is that the last that we've seen of him?
Well, I think that a lot of people hope that's the last they've seen of him in this game, probably including himself. If this were baseball, the manager would have been at the mound already and asked for...
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawks defense. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack.
He only gave them an instant to react. It was a classic case of if you blink, you missed it. Off of the line and to the quarterback in just a couple of seconds. Running back only had a moment to react and attempt to throw a block.
Here's a throw out wide complete to his running back right side. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Jones now to throw on 3rd down. And my goodness, another interception. Jordan Brooks with it. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So this whole game gets flipped on its ear right there. The interception, return for a touchdown, and this lead changes hands here in the third quarter.
And it certainly felt like this defense had a read on what was going on the offensive side of the ball. So let's cut down on coverage a little bit. Let's be in a position to make a play on the ball. And boy, that sure turned out well for them.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
That one, a gain of 20 and a first down.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and this is what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Jones steps away. They'll wind up losing a full 10 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Operating from the gun, Jones. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Sidney Jones. And the Seahawks are going to get the football back as time will run out in this third quarter of play. So it'll be a change of possession on the turnover when we get back. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
Oh, they'll get this to Metcalf on the jet sweep. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now. But defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
On 3rd down, here's Walker. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. 51 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
I tell you, they didn't give it to him much for the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Hey, I'm not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them.
And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. DK Metcalf. His 3rd touchdown of the game, his 8th on the year. And the Seahawks are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
Now Jones from the gun on 3rd down. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick-6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick-6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. Tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one. They're probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish.
That incompletion brings us one step closer to the end of this one. Maybe mercifully, partner. And let's face it, though, no surprise, they're still flinging it around. They have pride, too.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Jones. Dancing to his left. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired, while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest game we've seen on a scramble, but still, some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost like they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here.
Up the middle, here's Walker.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. On 1st and 10, here's Locke. And my goodness, another interception. There he goes, right side. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Giants touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Here's Tariq Woolen bringing it out of his end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And the pick six we just saw makes things a little more interesting. Still, though, a two-possession game as they control their destiny in this fourth quarter. Azeez Ojulari there on the tackle. I was going to ask you if maybe they should surprise and pass the ball, but where they're at on the field, I think keep it on the ground, right?
I like where you're going with this one because field position is going to determine these play calls. And backed up where they are, I don't even think about putting the ball in the air. I tell my running backs, grasp the football, and I tell my offensive line, don't allow any leaks so they get hit immediately when we hand it off.
Now they face a second and long following the holding penalty. Again, it's Walker. And down he'll go at the 25. And now defensively they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. And this offense on third down today, they've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Locke to throw. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked by Julian Love. And the Giants are right back in this football game. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it, and that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots, and probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Second and 10 now from the 27. To throw again, Jones. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a first down.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Jones over the middle, caught by Bellinger. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
Here's Jones. Keeps himself upright. But he can't get away forever, and down he goes. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
I don't know what you were seeing on that play, but it felt to me like I wasn't watching a football field. I was watching a boxing ring. He was bobbing and weaving and trying to make sure he kept the play alive. Just didn't turn out well for him in the end, did it?
Impressive that he stayed in the pocket while avoiding those couple of would-be tacklers, but eventually goes down. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
But not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead is up to 18 now. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Their mini two-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley.
Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Back to throw. Jones. And this is incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like in the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Jones on 3rd down. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
This has just really been a solid second half from them, CD, as they add another touchdown to the lead and they start to pull away in what was once a close ball game.
Yeah, they actually put the Jets on in this one, didn't they? Put a little cherry on top with that touchdown. Now we just got to play out this final minute, and they'll get a chance to celebrate a very hard-earned victory.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally,
and my goodness, another interception.
Tariq Woolen picks it, and the Seahawks are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. So a nice play defensively by the rookie, coming up with the INT.
And that's a late-round pick right there, making a first-round impact. And a lot of these day 3 corners, they end up winding up on special teams and sub-packages and even on the practice squad. But he's really made an impact on this defense, and he comes up with the interception there.
second down. It's Walker.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
And, Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but, boy, their offense was on fire in this ballgame.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Seahawks,
they level their mark at 4-4 on the year.
And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Arizona Cardinals.
It's another one. We got another one. It's her. Who that? Big baby slide through in that drop.